Hey old school wrestling fans, Board Now back with you. On this video I'm going to be reviewing WCW Power Hour from the 2nd of May 1992, so we're in the home stretch when it comes to the build up for Wrestle War 92. Your host is good old JR. First time we've done a Power Hour on this channel, I will try and do more. So the opening tag team match is the Z-Man and Marcus Bagwell, the rookie, against John Peterson, the veteran jobber, and Paul Lee, who's probably the highlight of the match just because he looks like a Playboy Buddy Rose ripoff, which is hilarious. And he does make the most of it, I've got to say, in the match. Seaman's lively. Bagwell does bugger all, but he ends up winning the match with his fisherman suplex. I'm going to go 1.5 stars. Not too bad for a jobber style match. We get another sloppy JT7 win, this time over Randy Starr. Standard Southern match. He wins with the front first pancake suplex. Southern is currently teaming with Scotty Flamingo, aka Scotty the Wet Raven. Ross takes a look at the history between US champion Ravishing Rick Rude and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ross speculates if the Dragon has been acting out of character, and if so, why. In an interview, Paulie Dangerously and Medusa claims that the Dragon has been stalking Medusa, claiming it's because he's not getting any at home due to his grotesque features. Heyman even mentions the film Fatal Attraction. Great stuff. The Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff smashes through jobber Joe Cruz with his Russian sickle. Koloff recently revealed on WCW Saturday Night that he now wants to be Sting's friend. Isn't that cute? In an entertaining match, the Wild Brawler Cactus Jack takes on the veteran Brad Armstrong. These two really gel well with each other with their contrasting styles, making for a fun match. Jack attacks Armstrong from the bell, clubbing him, but Armstrong's able to fire back and he shoots Jack outside. He hits a spectacular looking dive onto the floor on Jack, back inside. He hits a smooth drop kick and goes for a sleeper attempt. He hooks it on for a brief moment, but Jack is savvy, dropping his foe across the middle rope to break the hold. Then the fight continues outside as Armstrong hits a European-style uppercut, a stiff blow. The high flyer then gets an axe handle off the top, but it's Jack who almost sneaks the win with a smart inside cradle. Armstrong then rolls him up. A 2 for Armstrong, but too much leg strength from Jack. And then Armstrong is caught with a sharp elbow to the chin as he goes for the high risk maneuver again, going for broke. And this is the turning point as Cactus Jack hits his double arm DDT for the 1, 2, 3. Really solid match, and Armstrong looked good even in defeat. So I'm going to go for 2.5 stars for this one. Jack very resourceful as he continues his feud with Ron Simmons and the JYD, which will continue at Wrestle War. In the quirky Missy Does the Mail segment, the self-proclaimed First Lady of WCW tackles some of the big issues of the week. She mocks Nikita Koloff, claiming Sting can't trust him. We see a clip of Nikita with a Native American girl on WCW Saturday Night where he asks her, who is your favourite wrestler? Predictably, she says Sting. Predictably, he says, you know what, I think Sting is my favourite wrestler now. And Missy feels that Koloff is setting Sting up for the Big Four at Wrestle War. She also discusses the recent rib injury suffered by the world champion at the hands of Vader and says that he, going into the War Games, yet less than 100%, is a mistake for the Stinger, and what awaits him isn't a hot date with Missy Hyatt. Instead, it's a rematch with Vader for the WCW title. You know what? History may prove Missy right, so maybe she's a bit more than just good looks. So in the main event, US Tag Team Champions Greg the Hammer Valentine and the Tailor-Made Man faced the Fabulous Freebirds for what appears to be the 25th time in recent weeks. But this match is overall pretty decent and watchable. It's better than their recent match on WCW Saturday night. So after some early stiff blows from the Hammer, the Freebirds take over with classic double team and fast tags in and out. Some pretty good chain wrestling as well, including a nice Garvin drop toe hold on Valentine. The big guy bounces back with a backbreaker, but then Taylor is double teamed by the Birds, this becoming a pattern. Some decent selling from Taylor. The Hammer then hits an axe handle off the top rope. He then hits his patented diving headbutt into the groin of the Freebird. This is meant to set up the figure 4 leg lock, but Valentine is unable to hook it on. Taylor then gets trapped in the Freebird's corner after some back and forth, but Valentine, the old pro, gets a sneaky knee to the back of Garvin as he comes off the ropes on the blind side of the referee. A nice swinging neck breaker from Taylor gets a 2 count. A shoulder breaker, another classic move from him. He gets 2 off of that. Hayes then runs in and takes on both heels. In a confusing spot, the referee appears to disqualify the heel team after Garvin is dumped over the top rope, but then he lets the match continue a moment later after the champs are run into each other headfirst from an atomic drop. He counts a Hayes roll up and near fall. On the outside, Taylor hits Garvin with a pile driver, giving them a 2-on-1 advantage inside as Taylor then saves Valentine from a Hayes DDT. Valentine hooks on the figure 4. Taylor refuses to leave the ring and drives down into the knee as it becomes a double team. Finally, the ref decides to throw it out. So I guess this is the heels getting their heat, and this time it is personal, and next time they will meet for the US tag titles at Wrestle War 92. So I'm going to give this one 2.5 stars. Pretty good for a TV main event, and a bigger match coming up for them at Wrestle War, which I will cover on the channel soon. Speaking of pay-per-views I will be covering soon, also on the WWF 1993 timeline, which I've been covering, I will be reviewing the infamous WrestleMania 9. So Wrestle War 92 review coming on the WCW side of things, and Mania 9 on the WWF side of things. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you thought of this review in the comments below. Like and subscribe as always. Any feedback welcome. Also let me know what other classic shows you would like me to cover. But I'll be back soon with more old school wrestling. Thanks guys. See you later.